Hi, I'm Seth Groesbeck. I'm one of the animal collection managers here at the Rosamond Gifford Zoo, and I oversee the hoofstock and the carnivore departments here at the zoo. Today, I'm going to answer your questions on some of our zoo's canine species. Wolves have very distinct personalities, just like our canine companions at home. So getting to see their personalities and how they interact with each other in a pack setting is one of the neatest things about working with the wolves. Our gray wolves tend to be a little more curious of our staff members here at the zoo. When we occupy the same space as these wolves, they will follow us around the exhibit. They tend to still keep their distance from us, but they definitely are curious of what we are doing in with them. Our red wolves, they're a little bit different. Our red wolves are pretty shy, which a lot of times when you're here at the zoo, you won't necessarily see them because they like to hide in their underground den. The same goes for us when we enter the enclosure with them. A lot of times they will keep our distance from us, watching from a distance, but always keeping a distance between us and them. Our next question is, what wolf species are indigenous to the United States? We have both wolf species here at the zoo, that's red and gray wolves, but there are other canine species that are indigenous to the US as well, such as coyotes and foxes, which we have right here in central New York. Another difference between the two species is the social structure of the animals. Gray wolves tend to be in packs of wolves, so they can range from a few wolves up to a dozen wolves. Red wolves tend to be pretty solitary, so they tend to have one male and one female together in a range. Our next question is there a difference between the diets of the red and gray wolves here at the zoo? Here at the zoo, the wolves actually get the same diet, which consists of meat mixed together with some exotic canine diet, which is specifically made for wild canines. They also do get different enrichment items, which includes rabbits and rats at times as well. In the wild, their diets do vary a little bit, mainly because of their size. So gray wolves are able to take down some bigger prey, such as elk, whereas red wolves tend to hunt smaller prey, such as rabbits and things of that nature, but they have been known to take down white-tailed deer as well. Our next question is it true that wolves don't attack humans? Throughout the history here in the United States, there have not been many human-animal conflicts between wolves and humans. In the wild, wolves tend to be very cautious around humans, keeping their distances from spaces. A lot of times the problem between wolf and human conflict is us actually going into their space, which creates the problem. Our next question is, are red wolves endangered, and are we planning on breeding them here at the zoo? Red wolves are actually critically endangered, so there's less than 100 red wolves in the wild right now. Unfortunately, at one point in time, red wolves were extinct in the wild, but thanks to collective efforts from AZA zoos across North America, we were actually able to reintroduce wolves into the wild. Reintroducing wolves and other species to the wild is one of the most important things we do here at the Rosamond Gifford Zoo in partnership with the AZA and our species survival programs. Our next question is, do wolves in human care howl like they do in the wild? Actually, one of the neatest things that we get to see here at the zoo is that experience of our wolves howling. The most common time that the wolves do it is if they hear sirens in the local neighborhoods around the zoo. So almost every day here at the zoo, we actually do get to see our wolves howl. That's all the questions we have for this week. Join us again next week when we answer your questions about our zoo's reptiles and amphibians.